Hello, good morning. Welcome to CAC with Michael. And today, it's November 11th, and let's get into our news commentary. Right. And then we'll start with MBLAD schemes. So MBLAD is back. During Corona times, the central government had withdrawn MBLAD schemes, citing financial constraints and everything. Now it's back. So we have to basically look at what MBLAD scheme, what has changed. The quantum of amount that MB's reserve has changed. This question has been asked in prelims last year, 2020, last year, and that was basically inspired from current affairs when MBLAD scheme was suspended. So that is something you need to look into. Then what is small farmer? So this article, you don't have to read that article, but what is small farmers? There's a classification of small and marginal farmers and then large farmers. Usually small farmers are those who have very small farm size, usually considered less than 2 hectares. So 80% of Indian farmers are small farmers. So all these things, just look into it. Anyhow, land fragmentation and the uneconomic size of land holdings are an issue that we have to study under GS3 agriculture. So in the coming days we will be looking at that. And also in your static part, you will see that when you study basic economics, you will see that portion coming up. So yes. Okay. And come up with measures to eradicate manual scavenging. Although this is a national news, it's a regional news from Madras High Court. But this is a very serious inhuman practice that is present across India. So we need to be conscious about that. We need to be cautious about the social evil. So we have something called as we call manual scavengers as Safai Karmacharis. And there are a lot of schemes and initiatives to eradicate this social evil, but has actually not materialized much, and still gap to be filled. So it's a society-based issue, society and social justice issue that is prevalent in GS1 and GS2. So please take note of that. See what manual scavenging is, what is the issues, what are the initiatives taken. So you can look into that. Now Koringa set for fishing cat collaring project. Now where is Koringa located? What is fishing cat and what is this collaring project? So all three things need to be understood. Now as far as any protected area is concerned, you have to look into several things: location, uniqueness, the vegetation there, uniqueness with respect to species, okay, rivers if any, and why current affairs, that is why that is news. That issue also needs to be looked into. So please look into Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary, that's in Andhra Pradesh, and fishing cat, and then what is collaring project. This much can be understood. Now in the editorial page, articles are mostly not suited for our purpose. Now Rafael deal and Rafael movement both bid process and Rafael sale must be probed. Again, that's like action demanding editorial, nothing much for us there. Death by hospital fire, we have already looked into this. Urban fires, okay. So if you haven't seen the news commentary of last 2 days or 3 days back news commentary, so then I suggest you understand this topic of urban fires, which is a major issue as far as urban centers in India is concerned. There are fires in general is a disaster. Then you have forest fire, and then there is urban fires, which is happening in different settings. So urban fires needs to be looked at. Fires in hospital by particularly is not a topic that is relevant, but urban fires would be relevant. Now as far as demonetization, this article is an analysis of demonetization, which is not much in news these days. So you can say there won't be questions from demonetization per se, but black money is an issue, okay. That is issue under GS3, specifically under internal security. Black money is an issue. So for that there are several other, you don't have to read this entire article, but it's basically an analysis of demonetization and how popular beliefs influence influence economic policies, particularly bad economic policies. So as far as this is concerned, you can go through this highlighted portions only, not beyond that. What is black money and detailing on black money is given here, but anyhow, we'll come back to it. Black money, we'll see it on another day because we have other topics to read today. Black money we'll see later. Read through the China's common prosperity discourse. No, yeah. If you are interested in China, international relations and everything, I read this. But if you have less time, you can probably kiss that. I mean, probably leave that. Does India have a right to ban fossil fuels? Now, this article is it's a argument from one side that you are not be kept in mind. So some of the arguments made against coal, I haven't found it particularly appealing, but some of the arguments are good. So as far as this is concerned, I'll classify it under renewable energy, and it presents a case for renewable energy, which is very important as far as our GS3 is concerned, economics and environment. Both are regions where renewable energy comes under. So GS3 economics would be more important part here. So read this article. It gives a case for why we should adopt climate friendly or renewable energy. Several arguments are given. That is good. So please read that. Now, as far as this article is concerned, it's about the Jai Bhim slogan, but towards an answer, or it's more of a political one. So less scope as far as the question is concerned, mains is concerned. But you can look into the contribution of Ambedkar. Okay, Ambedkar contribution. It's a part of GS1 history. Famous personalities and their contributions like Ambedkar, Gandhi, Tagore, or Vivekananda. These people could be asked. They have asked. Tagore and Subhash Chandra Bose has been asked. Gandhi has been asked. Women's contribution has been asked. So likewise, they can also ask for Ambedkar's contribution to Indian freedom struggle and Indian society in general. So look into that later. So I would also like to have a note made on renewable energy. Okay, so you can say what kind of a definition you can leave, what, and facts, couple of facts you can use, why renewable energy is important, status of renewable energy, adoption in India, challenges. Okay, status for adoption, it could be numbers, it could be initiatives by government, challenges there, and way forward. This much can be studied for renewable energy. After that, this page we does not have anything in there. Centre approves incentives for sugarcane, cotton and jute farmers. This article is not required per se, general routine article, but you can look into what Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. Its one relevance is that it recommends MSP in the country. Okay, MSP is recommended by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, and look into what other things are there as far as CCA is concerned. Okay, look into that. Now, Badrinath temple, where is it located, and what is Char Dham pilgrimage? Please see that. These are culture related information. You don't have to study it per se. You just keep on reading these kind of things, and over a period of time you will come across these things again and again. So Char Dham, maybe you can read a couple of times what is Char Dham project. So it could be asked in culture, right? So any day, but it's a very long shot also, I give that. കുറച്ച് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ആണ്, നമുക്ക് കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഓർത്തിരുന്നാലേ കൾച്ചർ എന്നൊരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ സോൾവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ബട്ട് നെവർദലെസ് യു ജസ്റ്റ് read it as it comes, because it adds to your memory eventually. Then again, nothing much here. Now we have CARDSA in news again. CARDSA sanction waiver for India. We have what is Russian 400, S400, what is that? We have that to be looked at. CARDSA, we need to know what is that. India strategic partnership, India-US strategic partnership and its nature. Look into that. What is 2+2 dialogue? I guess that's much we need to look at. Then the article is very easily readable. Just go through it real quick and understand what. Yeah, so that much is required. Then going on, what is IPO? Paytm is going for initial public offering. What is IPO? That needs to be looked at. Then as we have the text and context paper, distant rim of clear sky, urban pollution. Or we can say beyond urban, we can say air pollution in India. See, this is a very important topic as per under GS1 geography, GS3 economics, environment, even in GS2 social justice. You can say these both topics are overlapping, so read it, but the article is not really good. It has very limited scope of it, a very limited understanding of it. So just read that. Delhi pollution, or rather pollution in North India, is going to be there in news in the coming days because the pollution is just started. The winter is here, so we'll see in the coming days how we can manage this. Then after that we have FCRI changes. There was a brief article that was news brief that was provided in the Telegram channel yesterday. So first you go through that and then you can just read the gist and what this is. The article is mainly talking about the changes brought in, but what we require more is exactly what is the nature of FCRI, how it is affecting NGOs, and what is the role of NGOs and developmental industry. This is what we have to understand. So NGOs has a very crucial role to play. At the same time, NGOs faces allegations of certain activities which are against national interests. So that much you can look into. Again, another kind of good article, that is this is pure economics. All right, basic economics, not dynamic economics. Certain concepts are being discussed. What is fiscal deficit? What is its relations with growth? What are the different arguments? So it's based on government policies and the government stand taken in economic survey last year. So please go through that. Try to understand the linkages. Okay, that's for clear. That was what is most required here. The different economic concepts and their linkages. What is their implications with respect to one another. That much is you can do. And then they name the newspaper. Again, good. Small what do you call quiz is there. Again, you can take that. It's an easy one. Find the answer. Okay, so that much is there. Kind of good edition today. A lot of things to be read. So please try to go through it quickly and then process it. Make sure you are revising whatever things you have read already. Don't just skip that. Just read them. All right. Have a good day.